began to say, maybe a power wagon will do the job. And it did, time after time.
Long before pickup trucks were used for daily drives or family trips, trucks had a very different role. They were tools. They were expected to work long hours, carry heavy loads, and reach places where normal vehicles could not go. The Dodge Power Wagon was built exactly for that world. When it entered civilian production, it was unlike anything else on the road. The roots of the Power Wagon go directly back to World War II. During the war, Dodge produced thousands of four-wheel drive military trucks for the U.S. Army. These trucks were used in extreme conditions, from muddy European roads to deserts and mountains. They had to be simple, reliable, and easy to repair in the field. When the war ended, Dodge already had a proven design that had survived the harshest environments imaginable. Instead of starting from scratch, Dodge adapted the military truck for civilian use. In 1946, the Dodge Power Wagon was introduced to the public. This made it the first mass-produced civilian four-wheel drive pickup truck in America. At the time, this was a radical idea. Most people still saw four-wheel drive as something only the military needed. The Power Wagon did not try to look modern or stylish. Its design was purely functional. The tall stance allowed it to clear obstacles that would stop other trucks immediately. The wide fenders gave room for large tires and full suspension travel. Every panel was flat and strong, making repairs easy even in remote areas. This was a truck designed to be used hard, not admired in a showroom. One of the most important features of the Power Wagon was its drivetrain. Full four-wheel drive came standard, not as an option. The transfer case allowed drivers to switch between high and low range, giving the truck incredible control at low speeds. This made it perfect for crawling over rocks, pulling equipment, or moving through deep mud without spinning the wheels. The axles were solid and extremely strong. Combined with heavy-duty leaf springs, the Power Wagon could carry loads that would overwhelm most other pickups of the time. The suspension was stiff, but it was designed that way for durability. Comfort was sacrificed so the truck could survive years of abuse. Under the hood, Dodge used large inline six-cylinder engines. These engines were chosen for one reason: reliability. They produce strong torques at low engine speeds, which is exactly what a work truck needs. The Power Wagon was never meant to be fast. It was meant to pull, climb, and keep going hour after hour without overheating or breaking down. Maintenance was simple by design. The engine bay was spacious, with easy access to all major components. Mechanics in rural areas could work on the truck with basic tools. This was critical in a time when service centers were far apart, and breakdowns could mean days of downtime. One feature that truly separated the Power Wagon from everything else on the market was the factory-installed winch. Mounted at the front and powered mechanically, not electrically, this winch was incredibly strong. It allowed the truck to pull itself out of trouble or help other vehicles. For farmers, loggers, and utility crews, this feature alone justified the truck's cost. The winch also changed how people used trucks. Suddenly, a vehicle could recover itself without assistance. This concept is common today, but in the late 1940s, it was revolutionary. Dodge didn't advertise it as a luxury or gimmick. It was simply a tool built into the truck from the factory. Inside the cab, the Power Wagon was as basic as it gets. The interior was made mostly of painted metal. The seats were simple and durable. The gauges were large and easy to read. There was nothing unnecessary. No soft materials, no decorative trim, and no sound insulation. This made the truck noisy and rough, but also extremely practical. Heating was minimal, ventilation was basic, and long drives could be exhausting. But drivers accepted this because the truck delivered where it mattered. It started every morning. It didn't complain. It didn't get stuck easily. In many cases, it replaced horses, tractors, and multiple smaller vehicles at once. The Power Wagon quickly gained a reputation in industries where failure was not an option. Mining companies used it underground and in open pits. Forestry crews relied on it to move equipment deep into the woods. Oil field workers trusted it on unpaved roads that turned into mud after rain. In remote areas, the Power Wagon became a lifeline. Because the Power Wagon could drive into fields, forests, and muddy pastures, it became a mobile power source. During harvest season, it could pull equipment in the morning, run machinery during the day, and haul loads in the evening. For smaller farms, especially in remote or hilly areas, this flexibility was invaluable. It saved time, labor, and money. The truck's low gearing and strong frame also made it ideal for pulling agricultural implements. It could tow plows, trailers, and loaded wagons where normal farm trucks struggled. In winter, the same truck could clear snow, haul firewood, or pull stuck equipment out of the mud. Farmers didn't see the Power Wagon as just transportation. They saw it as part of the farm itself. But what truly makes the Dodge Power Wagon ahead of its time is how closely it matches modern off-road trucks. Today, manufacturers proudly advertise locking differentials, off-road packages, skid plates, and heavy-duty frames. The Power Wagon offered the same philosophy decades earlier, without marketing hype. Modern trucks often rely on electronics to manage traction and stability. The Power Wagon relied on mechanical strength and driver control. This made it predictable and dependable, even in extreme conditions. There were fewer things to fail, and when something did break, it could usually be fixed on the spot. The basic design of the Power Wagon remained largely unchanged for years. Dodge saw no reason to redesign something that already works so well. While other trucks evolved toward comfort and style, the Power Wagon stayed true to its original mission. This consistency helped build its legendary status. Over time, the Power Wagon became more than just a truck. It became a symbol of reliability and honest engineering. Owners often kept them for decades, passing them down through generations. Many Power Wagons were never restored because they never stopped working. They simply kept going. Even today, surviving Power Wagons are still found on farms, in forests, and at job sites. Some have been modified, others remain completely original. What they all share is durability. The fact that a truck designed in the 1940s can still function today speaks volumes. In the modern era, Dodge revived the Power Wagon name for heavy-duty off-road pickups, adapting it to meet contemporary expectations. While these new trucks are far more comfortable, technologically advanced, and significantly more powerful than their predecessors, the original spirit remains clearly intact. Strength still comes first. Capability still comes first. Everything else, luxury, convenience, and style, comes second to the truck's ability to work hard, go anywhere, and keep moving when the terrain turns rough. The original Dodge Power Wagon didn't try to predict trends or appeal to mass markets. It was built to solve real problems. That is why it feels timeless. It wasn't just advanced for its era, it set a standard that the industry would follow decades later. In the end, the Dodge Power Wagon wasn't just ahead of its time. It defined what a true work truck should be. Long before off-road packages became fashionable, the Power Wagon was already there, quietly doing the hardest jobs in the toughest places. And that is why, even today, it remains one of the most important trucks ever built.